So a big day for both the camps, so OPS and Sasikala in Tamil Nadu, because Sasikala claims she has support of 129 MLAs, but she says they're not being held captive. OPS says let them free them, let them interact with the media and tell them who are they supporting. And in the entire drama, one person who holds the key is the governor of Tamil Nadu, who's still silent. Going across to my colleague Padmaja Joshi, who's tracking the latest developments from Chennai. So Padmaja, we've taken views as well of former Attorney General Soli Sorabji, who's also advised the Tamil Nadu governor. He said that there could be the next 72 hours in which the governor can hold his decision till the time the Supreme Court verdict is out, which we are expecting this week on the DA case, but not beyond that.
In fact, the most poetic lines on what Sasikala should do next were spoken by Congress leader Khushbu, who had advised her that if you love someone, set them free. If they love you, they will come back into your fold. That is pretty much the line that the OPS camp has also taken now. But on a serious note, yes, a lot of developments are going to take place today. But while there are crowds milling around outside the residence of O. Selvam in what is obviously an attempt to try and send out the message that the popular support, the popular sentiment is with me, it seems that Team Sasikala right now seems to believe in speaking less and doing more, which is why we have leaders from the Sasikala camp who are now threatening to march to the president, actually take their case to the president's court and let him decide whether the numbers are really in Sasikala's favor or not. This after, despite claiming that they have the support of 129 MLAs, they haven't got any time yet from the governor. Even legal experts, like you mentioned, have said that this can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. A show of strength, a test of strength cannot be denied to Sasikala's camp. So what is going to be their next step? Here's what the Karnataka in charge of the AIADMK, who incidentally accompanied Sasikala yesterday to the resort, the Golden Bay Resort, had to tell my colleague Ashish.
Any plan of meeting presidents or going to meet governor?
It is possibility. Everything is possibility. That is a real plan. Tomorrow this governor again keeping quiet. This is unfortunate. This is a democratic country. The constitution completely, the murder of democracy, I can say, this is the thing going on. If governor, they don't want to react this, as for the democratic, he don't want respect to us, then no other way.
What is he asking? In fact, today is also going to be a critical step in the sense that the police are supposed to give a report that had been sought by the Madras High Court. On Friday, the Madras High Court had asked for an affidavit to be filed on the allegations that some MLAs are being held hostage in that Golden Bay Resort by Team Sasikala. We've got Revati now joining us from Madras High Court. Revati, tell us what to expect.
Well, Padmaja, today is the deadline for the government to file the affidavit in the case where the MLAs are allegedly confined at the resort, and in the next 1 hour we would know from the court when the listings are out whether it is being filed in fact. But I did speak to the Tahsildar who went to the resort 2 days ago, who took the statements of these MLAs. There were 95 MLAs at the Golden Bay Resort at the moment when the Tahsildar took the statements, and 19 MLAs in another resort nearby. So a total of 114 MLAs who were at the resorts, at the two resorts, whose statement the Tahsildar took. But they clearly said that in the statements that they had taken from the MLAs did say that they were there on their own will and wish, and that they had access to telephones and there were televisions in their rooms, and they were there on their own will. So in the statements that they have given, there is nothing against or opposite to what the Sasikala camp has been claiming, and the Paneerselvam camp has been alleging that they have been confined against their will. So the statement really, according to sources who have taken the statements and the Tahsildars who went there, clearly says that the statements have nothing of that sort that will be an evidence to what the OPS camp has been claiming. But once the affidavit is filed, we would know what the police and the government side of the version is. The official report comes out, we would know more on this, Padmaja.
All right, and maybe it is preempting some damaging findings that could be there in that affidavit that yesterday Sasikala, within a span of 24 hours, went for the second time to the Golden Bay Resort. This time even took in the media and showed them around to convey the impression that all those MLAs were there like one big happy family and they had not been confined. But yesterday, we also saw both the sides come out the strongest against each other. Sasikala, in parts, was aggressive, then was teary-eyed, spoke about how she has been victimized just for being a woman, but also declared that she is going to weather all the odds just like Amma had. In return, only thing O. Selvam had to say, what's the point of shedding crocodile tears now? Here's how both the contenders for the Tamil Nadu CM post warmed up over the weekend to a very, very bitter battle that is only like to continue this week as well. It was only when he raised his banner of revolt that suddenly O. Selvam also came up with the idea of turning this, the iconic Forest Garden residence of Jayalalitha, into a memorial to the late Chief Minister. Now, many are wondering whether this is also a ploy in order to further tighten the screws on her, because not only is she now in danger of being powerless, but also homeless, because this is the place that has been occupied by Sasikala after Jayalalitha's death. That being said, today is going to be the first visit by O. Selvam to the State Secretariat. Is a move in this direction on the cards? Let me also go across to my colleague Akshaya Nath, who in fact is at the Secretariat. Is he planning to do anything on this front today, Akshaya? What is the purpose of this visit?
Well, Padmaja, this is the first visit that O. Selvam is having to the Secretariat after giving his resignation and also making that huge statement at the Marina Beach. We're seeing that the entire place is also getting ready. There are a lot of police officers who have been deployed, barricades have been set, and this is going to be a very big day for the AIADMK, at least the OPS camp. We are being told by our sources that OPS might also ask for his other MLAs and ministers to come back to work. It is seen that they have all been missing in actions ever since this entire issue has come out. Though Sasikala has been talking about how there's an administrative failure at the OPS camp, OPS is insisting that once his MLAs are let out, the work will continue. So there's also a suggestion that this might turn out to be a time when OPS is trying to drag his MLAs out of the resort and also see how they will be horse trading again, because we've already seen that more than 10 people have joined Selvam's camp, and now more are also expected, and this will be a crucial move because he's trying to assert the fact that he's still the Chief Minister of the state. Even though acting, he's still the Chief Minister, and he's also trying to send out very strong messages that he is following the path of Chief Minister Jayalalitha and trying to ensure that the governance in the state goes on. Padmaja.
All right. In fact, just stay with me, Akshaya, because over the last few days, we've seen this deliberate attempt by O. Selvam. Let me just point out for our viewers, someone who is not familiar with Chennai, local wisdom has it that this particular area of Forest Garden used to be practically a carnival at the time that Jayalalitha was around. In fact, to use the immortal words of my colleague Pramod Madhav, yesterday he said that if what you see at OPS's house is a carnival, this place used to be like Tirupati. There was no place to stand. Every place, every inch was taken up by supporters, admirers, fans, those who wanted to get a glimpse of Jayalalitha. But look at this area today. There is practically no one. It's only in the afternoon over the last few days that we even see people starting to trickle in. So is OPS with his nose ahead as far as it comes to just popular support?
Never-ending twists and turns in Tamil Nadu. Two AIADMK factions continue to fight for Amma's legacy and throne. Anxious and nervous, Jaya's followers and close aides caught in the power quagmire. In the days since he chose Jaya's memorial to blow the rebellion trumpet, OPS's confidence has proved to be a political magnet. Support is only growing for the man who was often dubbed as night watchman until recently. Another AIADMK MP, R. Parthipan from Theni district has backed OPS. The number of Lok Sabha members from the AIADMK backing OPS has now swelled. This has further weakened the unified clout that AIADMK enjoyed in the lower house as the third largest group in the house.
Amma's death caused intense sadness. According to her wish, her successor is O. Paneerselvam.
That's all.
The Tamil actors are lending greater legitimacy to OPS camp.
You have come here to meet Madam Sasikala.
With most MLAs caged in the Golden Bay Resort, high drama unfolded after a complaint that Fisheries Minister was kept hostage by Sasikala's kin, who only surfaced at Sasikala's post-garden residence hours later. And as clamour grows for OPS as Tamil Nadu CM, Amma's childhood friend has broken her silence, telling India Today exclusively that Chinnamma kept her away from Amma.
As things panned out, I realized that it must have been her. Because stopping us, all our old friends, lot of them had this complaint. Few of them who even tried to reach out to her could not reach her at all. So we were being cut off. I felt she was being isolated.
Such allegations against Chinnamma have been rampant. And as battle for Amma's throne heats up, more secrets are set to come out for AIADMK's political closet. Bureau Report, India Today.
And someone who has been a first-hand witness to that entire carnival that's only been building up in pace and intensity over the last few days is Akshata Nandgopal. Is it beginning to catch up with you as well, and is it becoming even more manic, or are things started to cool down a little bit now that it's been almost a week since this started? What do you see at OPS's, Akshata?
You know, Padmaja, I was listening to your comment earlier about how empty Poets Garden is. I think it will be safe to say that Greenways Road in Chennai is the new Poets Garden. From morning, I've been seeing carloads of people turning up here and making their way inside O. Paneerselvam's residence. Is it dying down? Absolutely not. In fact, surprisingly enough, Padmaja, with each passing day, the crowds only seem to be increasing. Look, even to my right now, you see people making their way inside. All of these ground level workers have come together from different districts of Tamil Nadu. I was speaking to them earlier, trying to get a sense of where these people have come from. It's a busy Monday morning. People have jobs, people are heading to work, and yet you see so many people here. So I was asking them where they've turned up from, and they were telling me that they've come from different parts of Tamil Nadu, from different districts, all of them together in one car, just to show their support for O. Paneerselvam. So that's the kind of really clamour that's going for him to continue as the Chief Minister. He's got a lot of support from not just the people of Tamil Nadu, Padmaja, but more importantly, the AIADMK cadre, who've outrightly dismissed Sasikala Natarajan, who've said that she is not their leader. They have now found a leader in O. Paneerselvam and are coming together to really show their support. Later on, they will allow the media to get inside Paneerselvam's house. It's turned into an office of sorts, really. His residence has become a place for all his supporters to come together and show their solidarity. And once you go in there, I can really possibly show you the kind of crowds that have gathered, because it's unbelievable. There's barely any place to stand. There are chairs put up, there are massive flat screens put up for people to see what's happening. There's food being served. All of that is being done, even as, of course, there's music in the air and people are screaming slogans for O. Paneerselvam every time he steps out of his residence. So that's the kind of atmosphere here. It's really, what we used to witness at Ved Nilayam is what we're witnessing now at O. Paneerselvam's house here at Greenways Road. And every day, the next 24 hours only seems to be bringing in more and more people. Fortunately, they're letting them in. Otherwise, we'd see an absolute mess here on the main road. So they're ensuring that they let them in, and they're going and standing at O. Paneerselvam's house, waiting for any sort of update on who's coming in and who's not, or whether the MLA support is swelling up.
All right, Akshata also reporting how even as the MPs and MLAs flock to O. Paneerselvam, some enterprising people have turned that entire area into a business opportunity. Little stalls of memorabilia, little snack stalls, little drink stalls have also come up. Well, you can't fault them for lack of entrepreneurial spirit, at least. For now, Akshaya, thank you very much for having joined us on this special broadcast. Heading into a quick break on the other side.